turn it this way.
Hello, Melton Nation. We are live today on the third floor at our Tulsa terminal with a monthly business update from our Senior Vice President of Sales and Marketing, the wonderful Dan Taylor.
Thanks, Marilyn. Hey, summer's here, temperatures are hot, freight's even hotter. You know, the weather forecasters are telling us that this may be a record-setting year in terms of temperature. Well, I've got news for them. Melton Truck Lines is already setting records. In May alone, it was a record-breaking month. We had our highest freight revenue in May, the lowest fuel cost, our highest MPG at over 6 miles per gallon in May, and our trucks traveled a total of over 11,500,000 miles, which is an all-time high. You know, I started telling people in early May that the market is turning. And you should get your skates on because we're going to be running hard and fast. Now I'm telling people you better oil those skates because we're going to be running harder and faster through the end of the year. You know, freight demand growth is the highest that it's been in the last 7 years. That's for overall freight of all modes. What's really important is that the flatbed sector, our sector, is growing faster than van, faster than reefer, faster than tanker. So flatbed is the place to be. But you know, it's great to have strong demand for our services. What's even greater is that we have best-in-class drivers. We have drivers that are courteous, they pick up on time, they deliver on time, and they're respectful. That's why our customers do business with us. You know, my dad always used to tell me, son, if a job's worth doing, it's worth doing right. A couple of drivers that are perfect examples of that are Min Tran, who's our driver of the month, and Thomas Bell, who's our rookie of the month. Both of these guys set perfect examples for us to follow. Now, I mentioned the U.S. market is booming across the board right now. So what's it going to do going forward? We do a lot of research, a lot of economic research and industry trade analysis when we're planning future months. All of the indicators from these analysts, the economists, and the market indices that we talk to or that we refer to, as well as our customers, are very positive, very bullish that business will be very strong through the end of the year, probably into next year. One of the things that's going to emerge is the advent of the electronic logging device mandate. Many experts feel that when this kicks in December, it will have a negative impact on some of those operators that don't run as legal as they should. That in turn will give carriers like Melton Truck Lines, who already have ELDs on board, a distinct advantage. That'll help us through the winter, no doubt. But you know, the U.S. isn't the only place that the economy's booming. Mexico has been fantastic. As a matter of fact, this year we added 2 regional sales managers in Mexico alone. We're already seeing wonderful results. May, just like in the U.S., was record numbers. Laredo handled over 1,600 northbound and southbound loads in a single month. El Paso, with 2 people, handled almost 300 loads, which was the best month that they've had since 2000, or I think in the last 8 years. So how do we accommodate this big increase in business through Laredo and El Paso? Well, in Laredo, operations and maintenance are ahead of the game. They've already started to change some of the processes and staffing and hours of operation. The inspection bay on Monday through Friday will be open from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. On Saturdays from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Sunday 8 to 6. Operations, the terminal will also be open Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday from 7:30 to 6:30. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday will be 7:30 to 5. So the reason that we have extended these hours are to better align them with the times of day and the days of the week that loads cross the border and are available to the trucks that are arriving. So by doing this, we will reduce the driver time waiting to go through inspection or waiting for loads and get you, our drivers, back on the road sooner. Speaking of doing things sooner, one of the goals that we have at Melton is to reduce driver waiting time. The detention team that monitors detention is a group that really is doing a fantastic job. Their goal is to help drivers get loaded and unloaded faster at those shippers who seem to be dragging their feet a little bit. In May alone, we paid almost $33,000 extra to drivers who turned in their detention macros. Year to date, we paid $175,000 to those drivers. So let us help you by turning in your detention macros. We'll in turn start to contact the customer and push them to unload you. And if they don't, we want to make sure that you're paid. If you have any question about that, please contact your driver manager. One thing that I'm really excited about is our 253-foot aluminum step decks. We introduced these beginning in April and got them fully rolled out by the end of May. The early results are very, very positive. Shippers are excited about it. Every driver that I've spoken with that's pulled one liked it and wanted to know when we're getting more. From a business perspective, these step decks have opened the doors to shippers that we were previously unable to participate with only flatbeds. With flatbeds and step decks, it's opened additional load opportunities for the company. We need your help. We need to find more step deck shippers. So when you're at a truck stop and you see a step deck load, or your shipper at a shipper or parked somewhere and you see a step deck load, take a picture of it. Find out who that manufacturer is and send it to your DM. They in turn will send it to the sales and marketing department. We'll research that and do our best to convert them to a Melton step deck customer. You know, the drivers by far and away have the most difficult and challenging job, and we appreciate them. In sales, we have a saying, and we never forget this: sales gets the customers, but it's the drivers that keep the customers. Thank you for doing your job right and keeping our customers happy.